on me.
I offend everybody, the left, right, in the middle. Blame my parents because I've been this way since I was little. It used to be normal, now everybody praying to crystals. No wonder why it's so easy for the devil to trick you. They treat you like dogs, hitting muzzles all on your faces, forcing kids to wear them in schools. Doesn't this seem outrageous? They ban Bible scriptures on TikTok.
Let's go to Target! Let's go to Target! Some PlayStations! Let's go to Target!
I'm in the world, but not of it. I praise God every day and I love it. I say what I want and I say what they want. I stand for the truth and what's right and they don't. Life is simple, it's no puzzle. Common sense will tell you not to wear a muzzle. Fear no evil, trust no people. When in doubt, shout, I'm a believer. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me.
I offend everybody, the left, right, in the middle. Blame my parents because I've been this way since I was little. It used to be normal, now everybody praying to crystals. No wonder why it's so easy for the devil to trick you. They treat you like dogs, hitting muzzles all on your faces, forcing kids to wear them in schools. Doesn't this seem outrageous? They ban Bible scriptures on TikTok.
Let's go to Target! Let's go to Target! Some PlayStations! Let's go to Target!
I'm in the world, but not of it. I praise God every day and I love it. I say what I want and I say what they want. I stand for the truth and what's right and they don't. Life is simple, it's no puzzle. Common sense will tell you not to wear a muzzle. Fear no evil, trust no people. When in doubt, shout, I'm a believer. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me. I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me.
I offend everybody, the left, right, in the middle. Blame my parents because I've been this way since I was little. It used to be normal, now everybody praying to crystals. No wonder why it's so easy for the devil to trick you. They treat you like dogs, hitting muzzles all on your faces, forcing kids to wear them in schools. Doesn't this seem outrageous? They ban Bible scriptures on TikTok.
Let's go to Target! Let's go to Target! Some PlayStations! Let's go to Target!
I'm in the world, but not of it. I praise God every day and I love it. I say what I want and I say what they want. I stand for the truth and what's right and they don't. Life is simple, it's no puzzle. Common sense will tell you not to wear a muzzle. Fear no evil, trust no people. When in doubt, shout, I'm a believer.
Just listen to the song one more time.
Though the world is broken, God, shine your light.
Sorry, guys. Rough night. Hold up.
I fear no man, though the world is broken. God, shine your light on me.
One more intro.
Everybody, the left, right, in the middle.
Blame my parents because I've been this way since I was little. It used to be normal, now everybody playing the crystals. No wonder why it's so easy for the devil to trick you. They treat you like dogs, hitting muzzles all in your face, forcing kids to wear them in school. Doesn't it seem outrageous? They've been Bible scriptures on TikTok because they hate and try to replace God with the government. Many such cases they put in fear in you. COVID-19, guns, immigration. Here's the truth. Have you ever seen great wonders and miracles? Okay. Hold on. I'm awake. Where's my coffee? Hold on. I just woke up. Hold on. I'm awake. This is not gonna be the most professional. We should at least, yeah, I should have just let the dang chair run the show. Oh man. Okay, I think my alarm did go off,
But since I only had like 3 hours of sleep, I think I just hit the button. Echo, why are you making so much noise, dude? I can hear you over here on the microphone. I think I just hit the button and went back to sleep. And I woke up and it was late. Do I have curly hair? Well, you put your hair in dreadlocks for 12 years and see what your hair looks like at the end. Oh, I thought that, yes, I thought that was producer that said, do I have curly hair? I didn't used to, but I do now. So, yes. Sorry. I was only answering like a smart ass because I thought producer said it. But B-Wise said it. She's nicer, so I'll answer nicer. Okay, what are we talking about today? Plane crashes, left and right. Why Trump is right about DEI, and all the lefties are retarded. How the Obama era changes to the FAA. How they totally missed the point. It's not about the woman that was on the helicopter. When we say DEI, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the fact that air traffic controller was lacking in. For years, they've been lacking in employees for air traffic control because Obama signed policies that said that they had to hire a certain number of diverse people. And so now they've all been understaffed. We've been covering this for the past 3 years. There's tons of problems in the FAA and the air traffic control and the airlines, even in the construction of the airplanes. We've got whistleblowers from Boeing murdering them. So they murdered a guy. I don't know. They just happened to die after they were whistleblowing. Where's my...
Oh, Clinton,
he murdered a guy. You know? Oh, yeah, and it's just a coinky dink that, you know, this has never happened before. Air traffic control dude's by himself falling asleep, which is a high stress job. A lot of them they off themselves because it's such a high stress job. And why the Transformer pilot story was what do we call that? Like a controlled opposition or a counter conspiracy. It's one of those conspiracies that gets thrown out there so that everybody who eats it up looks like an idiot. This is why I put some time in between things happening and I watch, because I didn't believe that. But there was a woman on there, but she wasn't even flying it on the helicopter, you know. But yeah, it's not about a psyop. Yeah, Caldy. It's not about the fact that there was a woman on the helicopter, that's what we're saying when we say DEI. We're talking about just the whole system in general. Everything is shit. You pay more, you get less. Everything. The FAA, the air traffic control, all of it's a mess. And there's a lot of, it's hard to find it now, but you can find all the stuff that Obama did. You can find all the news stories. We've talked about them where the air traffic control says, well, we need more black and mentally handicapped representation in air traffic control. We need more women and racially ethnic people and handicapped people. That doesn't mean there's a problem with, people of other races working in air traffic control. It means that you can't hire as many people because you have these requirements and only certain people are applying for jobs. So they've been understaffed for a long time. Duh. And the retard lefties are like, oh, they said because there was a woman on the helicopter, that's DEI. No, dummy. That's not what we're saying. Trump is right, as usual. What else are we going to talk about? how the lefties are the leftards are crying about a trade war that we're going to crush everybody in. How Mexico already charges us 25% tariffs on a bunch of stuff. Nobody talks about the tariffs they charge us. What else? Drama section. We got the drama alert. I'll fill you in on this Brett Cooper Daily Wire stuff and why I think Brett Cooper is incredibly untalented, and I don't understand how she gets 1 million subscribers before she even puts a video out. She should stick to acting and not even do that, because I've never seen a movie that she was in that I was like, man, that was some really good acting, Brett. Am I wrong? Ladies in the chat, do you like Brett Cooper? What do you think of Brett Cooper? I can't watch it. I've tried. I can't watch it. Anyway, what other drama? What else is there? The Brett and the Bryce Mitchell thing. We covered that all weekend, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that, but some updates. Paul Acosta is making some comments, and what else? Kanye and Bianca. How you shouldn't let your wife dress like a slut at an award show. What else? We're going to talk about abortion. I don't think we're going to have time. Well, maybe I'll just call in a little late to work. I'll have to get an Uber. Usually I just take the tracks, but Echo, you're breathing really loud, bruh. Usually I just take the tracks, but today I'm going to call it an Uber. Let me get this off the screen. Oh, and also we just got a membership. Shout out William Kramer. I know I should have just let the chair run the stream tonight. He's already pulled his tariffs off Canada. That must have happened while I was sleeping. Okay, what did Canada do to make him do that? Did they bend the knee? Did they bend the knee? This is for William. Hey, something I was supposed to cover like 2 weeks ago, and I just haven't been able to get to it. The pardons for the pro-life or anti-abortion activists. This Bevelyn Williams lady was on a bunch of interviews this week. She's making the rounds, and she seems like a really nice lady. Christian, of course. It seems like, no, that's not true. I was going to say it seems like only Christians don't like to murder children, but that's not true. There's actually, surprisingly enough, there's actually Democrats that don't like killing children. So you'd be shocked. What else? I don't know. We're going to have to just go really, just burn through all this stuff. I wanted to laugh at the Democratic National Committee. The Democratic National Comedy. That was I came up with that. Unless somebody else also used it, then whatever. I didn't steal it from them. The Democratic National Committee comedy. It looks like an SNL skit. We're going to laugh at some of these videos. His bluff called and he reneged. Yeah, but I don't really go to you for any sort of political analysis because, yeah. But it is fun when you tell me about, harvesting melanin for computer chips. That's cool. That's a good story. We'll have to talk about that one day. But as far as your political takes, Freddie, nah, garbage. Beta. All right. Every time Freddie tells me something about politics, this is what I hear.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Yeah, that's what I hear when Freddie talks. All right. No survivors expected after plane collides with helicopter over Potomac River. Figure skaters were on it, and coaches, family members who had been at camp in Wichita, Kansas. This is from NBC News. Let me just read what we know. It was Eagle Flight 5342 from Wichita, Kansas, carrying 60 passengers and 4 crew members, collided midair with an Army helicopter carrying 3 people near Reagan Washington National Airport last night. This is from the 30th, so it was like 4 days ago now. 2 aircraft crashed into the Potomac River, where a rescue operation has become a major recovery effort with dozens of bodies pulled from the frigid water so far. President Donald Trump said, "Today there are no survivors." Trump and his cabinet members also used the White House press briefing on the crash as an opportunity to attack DEI initiatives. Facts. And then the left is crying about it. It's not our fault you screwed up the whole world. A preliminary FAA report on the crash says that staffing at the Reagan Washington National Airport air traffic control tower last night was not normal, a source told NBC News. And don't worry, I got an article from 2018 for you. I tried to find more, but you know how Google is. I type in Barack Obama changes policies for DEI at the FAA. That's what I searched. And I got to go through 5 pages before I get off of articles saying, fact check, Trump claims DEI is at fault for plane crash for like 5 pages. That's not what I was asking, Google. I was asking for you to give me the articles from 2012 through 2016 when Obama was doing these things. And I was only able to find one from Fox, but there was a lot. People who don't accept it or in denial, they'll say, source. Because they know you're not going to be able to find a source anymore. Because they screwed up the freaking search engines. Tariffs are put on hold. Canada agreed to do what Trump said to avoid the tariffs. See, Freddie, wrong as usual.
Beta!
Let's listen to this audio clip of when it happened. Hold on, there's an ad playing. While the ad plays, hit the like button. I know we're late. I know I put out a post that said I'm going to do it tomorrow. And then I was like, no, I need to do it tonight because I can't do it tomorrow because I got to do the Bible study tomorrow and all that. Is this what I think it is? What we know about the... No, I'm looking for this.
Yeah, we can do...
Here, this is what I'm looking for.
342.
This is the audio.
Runway 33, runway 33, clear to land.
Did you see that?
472. American 3130, go around, turn left in 250, climb maintain 3000. Blackjack 3, can you return to base? What? Blackjack 3, proceed directly to Glebe. I need you to land. I need you to land immediately. Can you go to Dulles for a few minutes? Okay, muscle 13. I need to have you exit the airspace. Can you go to Andrews? Blackjack 3, do you have any kind of like searchlight or maybe anything on board that would help shed some light at the east end of the field? You're going to see a lot of trucks on the east end of the field. You'll be met with Blackjack 1. If there's any way you can assist, let me know. If you're unable to do the fuel or any kind of equipment limitations, let me know. But if you any way you can assist, let us know. I don't know if you caught earlier what happened, but there was a collision on the approach in the 3-3. We're going to be shutting down operations for the indefinite future if you want to go back to the gate.
So this was the aftermath? This is not the lead up, is it?
Yeah, we can do 33 for Blue 6342.
Blue 6342, that's a Wilson Bridge. Thanks for runway 33, runway 33, clear to land.
Did you see that?
This is when they witnessed it. I thought that was the audio of before because there's stuff about before the crash happened. The air traffic controller was talking to him. That's the wrong video. Sorry, I'm off my game tonight, y'all. What's chat saying? What up, Mr. Mad? Late. You're pregnant. No, I'm not pregnant. Okay. What we know about the airline's crash over the Potomac. A passenger jet and a Black Hawk helicopter that collided in midair Wednesday and crashed into the Potomac River near Reagan National Airport near Washington, D.C. left no survivors. Where is the They have quotes of the air traffic controller guy. It's not uncommon for air traffic controllers to combine positions based on the workload at the existing time. Well, maybe you should have more employees to deal with the workload more efficiently, since we have people's lives on the line. I think what's important here is to let the NTSB sort through the details and figure out if this had any effect at all on the operations. Live stream camera at Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C. captured the moment of the collision. The video, which has been verified by CBS, shows an explosion in the area of the Potomac River. The crews continue their search for victims. At least 41 bodies have been recovered. We don't believe there are any survivors. Yeah, it's not likely. Black box recovered from the commercial flight had some water intrusion. I thought they were designed specifically not to have water intrusion. Did they ever find the never mind, we're not going to get into all that. I knew they found the IDs of those terrorists on the ground. Those things are indestructible, but did they ever find the black box from anyway? But investigators said they're confident that the data can be salvaged so they can piece together what led up to the deadly collision. Divers had some access to the aircraft's cabin. Luggage is among the items divers have recovered. The helicopter is upside down but appears to be mostly intact. Figure skaters. Let's see. Athletes Jinahan, Spencer Lane, their mothers Jinhan, Christine Lane, and skating coaches Vadim Namov and Evgenia Shishkova were all on board the flight. RIP to them. You know, none of this is meant as disrespect to the people who died. And I think I only saw one bad taste meme that was a little too soon. And it might be in the meme review. I think I might have deleted it, but I'm not sure. Oh, no. Thank you for the incredible work being done by our first responders. I am monitoring the situation and will provide more details. First major U.S. commercial crash in almost 16 years. Just one day before the deadly collision, another regional jet about to land at Reagan had a close call with a helicopter. What? The pilots received an alert from the onboard collision avoidance system about a military helicopter and aborted the landing attempt. CBS News has identified 4 other close calls between helicopters and planes around the airport, including a 2018 incident where a pilot took a last-second evasive maneuver to avoid an FAA landing on the same runway the jet from Wichita was cleared to land on. In the previously unreported case, an air traffic controller failed to warn the 2 aircraft in advance. So I saw a quote, and they said in like the final seconds what was going on with the air traffic controller. He says, do you see a plane coming in? And when you watch that video that we just saw, you see that there's a plane taking off. And so I heard that maybe they saw that plane because they said, yeah, we see it. So people are thinking they saw the other plane that was taking off. They didn't see the plane that behind them that was coming in for a landing, and it smacked right into them.
Just before we show you these pictures, we should warn you that it shows the moment of impact between the aeroplane and the helicopter, which you may find distressing. So here's the video. So the video is from airport security cameras. The American television network CNN got hold of it, and it shows 2 clear angles of the collision between the plane and the Army helicopter near the Ronald.
Dude, it looks like the helicopter's flying straight at it.
Reagan National Airport in the U.S. capital, of course. And
That's wild. Huh. So they got the black box. They've found 41 bodies so far. And then the next day, okay, so hold on before I move on. So I guess there was a conspiracy theory going around about some transgender was the pilot, and a bunch of that was a psyop. That was controlled opposition putting out a fake thing there so they would see who would jump onto it and cling to it so they could mark people as dummies. And I didn't even know about that story until Freddie told me. Of course, Freddie knew about it. He knows about all the dumb fake news. Ain't that right, Freddie?
Beta!
So that was a fake story. At first, they would not release the name of the third pilot because probably they figured there would be a bunch of people saying, oh, it was a woman. You know, you ever seen a woman try to parallel park? You're going to let her fly a helicopter now? But she wasn't even flying it. She was, now I said, allegedly, she wasn't flying it. She was in training. I mean, maybe they let her grab the controls. I don't know. But they did end up releasing her name. Female pilot from Daily Garbage, Daily Beast. Female pilot in crash Trump blamed on DEI was top 20% Army cadet. Captain Rebecca M. Lobach died when the Black Hawk helicopter she was co-piloting collided with an American Airlines jet. The brilliant Army career of the female helicopter pilot killed in the Washington, D.C. plane crash, which Donald Trump blamed on DEI. So he didn't directly blame her. And this is what the left does. When he says DEI, he's talking about the whole system of the airlines, which I've been covering for 3 years. All of the problems that we keep having. Look, you got unbanned, Yoda. You got unbanned. You see that? Let's see how long it lasts. She had 500 hours of flight time is what I heard. Y'all, who's y'all? Who's y'all, dumbass? Look, I'm going to put you in timeout just for being retarded. Here, 5-minute timeout. Timeout, 5 minutes, just for being dumb. I just told you that only dumb people jumped on that conspiracy theory, and then you say, y'all jumped on the conspiracy theory. You're a retard, dude. Oh, man. I can't deal with stupid right now. You know, it takes a while for the hormones to kick in. Maybe they may. Even I didn't hear about it, and I'm a moron. Right, he's a moron, and he didn't even know about it. So what are you talking about, Freddie? You're not a moron, Mr. Mad. You're not permanently muted in the Discord, by the way. But I got to stick to the rules. She was the top 20% of Army ROTC cadets nationwide. Did anybody watch the John Doyle video that I put in the Discord? He goes over it in full detail about how they used to do the ATSATs, the Air Traffic Standardized Assessment Test, in order to make it into air traffic control. In 2016, 2012, somewhere in there, under Obama, they changed it to a test that they basically took out of a BuzzFeed article that has 120 questions, and they're all questions that have nothing to do with flying a plane, like, what were examples of? See, you can't find this stuff, but John Doyle got it. Where's the article from Fox? Did I not save it? Hold on, I got it somewhere. It's from 2018. But what I really need is stuff from 2012. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Where did it go? I knew I had it saved in here. Okay. This is from June 2nd of 2018. Obama-era FAA hiring rules place diversity ahead of airline safety, attorney tells Tucker Carlson. The safety of American Airlines passengers is being compromised for the sake of diversity in hiring air traffic controllers. During the Obama administration, the FAA placed the previous hiring standards with rules designated to increase diversity among air traffic controllers, attorney Michael Pearson said. A group within the FAA, including the human resources function within the FAA, the National Black Coalition of Federal Aviation Employees, determined that the workforce was too white, Pearson told Carlson. They had a concerted effort through the Department of Transportation in the Obama administration to change that. Pearson said there's no data to support that increasing diversity in the ranks of air traffic controllers would make the flying public safer. Thus, Pearson said he is suing the FAA for its revised hiring practices. It is the safety of the national airspace that's at risk here. Pearson, who said he was an air traffic controller in 4 of the nation's busiest facilities in the nearly 27 years, asserted that much of the problem lies with the National Air Traffic Controllers Association, the union that controls a large political action committee. They fund a lot of politicians. Nothing will get passed in aviation unless they get a blessing of the controllers union, he said, referring to legislation proposed in Congress. Their position radically changed when the Obama administration came in. This is social engineering at its finest. The FAA declined to send a representative to appear on the program. So that's from 2018, referencing things that started in 2012. So for all the people who are like, Trump's an idiot, there was just a woman training and on the helicopter, wasn't a transgender. Nobody cares about that, retards. That's not what we're talking about when we say DEI policies. We're talking about the whole industry, the whole FAA. Air traffic control is a high-stress, dangerous job with lots of lives on the line. You need the best men for the job, and you need to hire as many of them as you can. You can't pick and choose and say, well, we're only allowed to hire so many because we need black people that can pass this BuzzFeed test or lesbian women that can pass this BuzzFeed test. The guys that are, if you could pass the ATSAT, but you fail the BuzzFeed test, and they won't hire you. It's ridiculous. And then lefties misinterpret what Trump says, and they're like, look at they're making assumptions. It was white guys on the helicopter. Shut up. Shut up. You're an idiot. BuzzFeed is still around. Yeah, unfortunately. So then the next day, or a couple days later, a jet crashes in Northeast Philly, killing 6 on board. I talked to Culpercast, and he flies planes, and he said it was just a stall. And then we were talking about why a stall happens if you're on too much of an incline on your, would it be your descent? No, ascent. On your ascent, maybe on descent too, I'm not sure. Probably if you get too much of an angle on the descent, probably the same thing would happen. But your high air pressure and low air pressure going under and above the wing, if you catch too much of an angle, then you lose the air pressure above the wing and everything's just hitting the bottom of the wing, and you stall and you start to fall, and then you can start to spin. And with a small aircraft, which is more easily maneuverable, you could pull out of this easier. But with a big old aircraft, it's not a good thing to happen. If they had, what's his name from Flight? If they had Denzel on there, he could have inverted and flown upside down, drunk and high. We need more guys like that. He would black. See? It's not about your skin color. It's about your ability. But when you have metrics that say we have to hire a certain percentage of people, and also like handicapped people, they got to hire a certain number of handicapped people. They got to hire a certain number of, then the people who are good can't get jobs. And then they're understaffed. Everything is turning to shit.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Yep. Okay. There's some video. Mother and child among 7 killed in Philadelphia medical jet crash. Small medical transport plane crashed into several buildings in the U.S. city of Philadelphia on Friday evening, killing all 6 people on board and at least one other person on the... So it wasn't a big plane. It was a small plane, but still, he couldn't get out of the... He couldn't get out of the stall. So, you know, I don't think anybody's blaming this on DEI or anything like that. This is just something that happens. They train pilots to deal with this because it's something that happens. So the jet was on a medical transport trip heading to Tijuana with a short stop over in Missouri. It was carrying a child patient and her mother along with 2 pilots, a doctor, and paramedics. They were all Mexican nationals. But just 1 minute after takeoff, the Learjet 55 plummeted to the ground. Video showed the plane coming down quickly and sparking a huge fireball. 19 others were injured, though Mayor Cheryl Parker said the number could still change. Speaking at a news conference on Saturday, Philadelphia City Managing Director Adam Thiel said it would probably be days or more until officials are able to confirm the number of folks who perished in this tragedy and the outcome of those who were injured. He added that there is still a lot of unknowns about who was where when the crash happened. The girl being transported to Mexico had just finished medical treatment for a life-threatening illness at Shriners Children's Hospital in Philadelphia. Earlier on Friday, staff had thrown her a party to celebrate. Hospital spokesman added. Okay, let's see some of the footage of this. Footy warning, graphic content. Damn. That's a huge explosion. Ooh. Came in fast. Now, see, I don't know what a stall, when a plane stalls and then it crashes, I don't know what it looks like, but that thing came in fast. Those dogs are freaking out. Those dogs aren't going to make it in the apocalypse. Damn, hold up. Boom. Wow. Looks like something out of a movie. That's wild. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Lots of angles. So, multiple plane crashes this week. I don't think that one had anything to do with DEI policies. I think it was just not even a freak accident. It was just an accident. I heard it was fully fueled, not CT, just tragic. Other one has big CT. CT. What's CT? Conspiracy theory? Oh, yeah. I'm sure there's all sorts of conspiracy theories going around. The DEI thing is not a conspiracy theory, though. There's lots of evidence. We've been talking about it. I like talking about airlines for some reason. We talk about a lot of the problems in the transportation system, Pete Buttigieg, the trains, planes, and automobiles, lack of infrastructure, lack of competent people running these things. When whistleblowers come out and say they're not even building the planes properly anymore, they're not maintaining them properly, the whistleblowers end up suddenly dead. Like 4 of them. Back to back to back to back. But it's just a conspiracy theory. I think people are just like blatantly obtuse. They just ignore the news that doesn't fit into their lefty narrative. Speaking of lefties, I kind of want to skip to because I don't know if we're going to have time to get to everything. I kind of want to skip to the Democratic National Committee. It's so funny. Dude, it's so funny. Oh, it's so bad. Let's just keep to the schedule. I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. Hold on, let me close some of these. So, Trump pardoned 23 anti-abortion advocates on the eve of the March for Life. This was about 2 weeks ago this happened. Thursday of, where's the date? January 24th. Today's February 3rd. So maybe it was less than 2 weeks ago. Anyway, it's fairly recently. President Trump signed pardons on Thursday for 23 anti-abortion protesters who were convicted of illegally blocking a reproductive health clinic in Washington, D.C. They got thrown in jail for illegally blocking a baby killing clinic. A reproductive health clinic is what they call it. I guess it's not very healthy for the baby that you murder. What they're saying, they should not have been prosecuted. They should not have been prosecuted. It's a great honor to sign this, Trump said as he signed the order one day before he's due to speak via video at anti-abortion activist March for Life rally in the National Mall in D.C., which Vice President J.D. Vance is due to address in person. After White House Staff Secretary William Scharf told Trump the pardons were for peaceful pro-life protesters who were prosecuted by the Biden administration, Trump said many of the activists were elderly people. Trump described it as ridiculous that some remained in prison as he signed their pardons. Among those convicted under the Freedom of Access to Clinic Entrances Act and pardoned by Trump was Lauren Handy, 31, who was sentenced to nearly 5 years in prison for leading the blockade that prosecutors said resulted in a nurse spraining her ankle. 5 years for blocking an abortion clinic because a nurse sprained her ankle? 5 years. Meanwhile, in sanctuary cities, diaper snipers, illegal immigrant diaper sniper fentanyl dealers are getting released. That's crazy. This ruling, Roe v. Wade, was overturned in a majority Supreme Court that Trump took credit for. Trump said during the 2024 presidential campaign that abortion laws should be left to states to decide, but did not endorse a national abortion ban after earlier hinting that he would. Trump denounces federal right to unlimited abortion at March for Life. I'd like to go to the March for Life one of these years. But here, so they're speaking out. Anti-abortion activists demand more than just pardons from Trump, from BBC. Anti-abortion activists who gathered in Washington, D.C. have criticized President Donald Trump for not supporting an end to national abortion access one day after he issued pardons to 23 activists, including some convicted of blocking a reproductive health. God, I hate the euphemisms. A reproductive health clinic. They do mammograms. But they do mammograms at the Planned Parenthood. Shut up. Coleman Boyd was among those pardoned by Trump on Thursday, said at the annual Florida national abortion ban, something he has said he would veto if such a law were passed by Congress. I'm very thankful that he pardoned us. I think he's done lots of amazing things in this first week. I just think he's bad off on abortion. I think he is a horrible president when it comes to abortion. Horrible? See, and this is where they annoy me. You have two options. You have the guy that is okay with abortion up to 9 months, or you have the guy that's going to put tighter restrictions on it, overturn Roe v. Wade, put tighter restrictions on it, encourage states to put tighter restrictions on it, let you take it back to your state where you can deal with it on a smaller level, and then you say he's horrible when it comes to abortion? He's better than anybody else you're going to get. They talk about like this Doug guy, or I forget his name, but the the abolitionist types, which I agree with the abolitionists on everything except for the fact that they don't know how to play the political game. It is a game. It is a game of chess. You're trying to run a queen's gambit, and those are easily destroyed. You can crush it. You can crush it. You try to do that stupid crap against somebody who knows what they're doing, you're going to get destroyed. You can't just run the board or a scholar's mate. Try to do a scholar's mate on me. I dare you. You're going to lose. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to bum rush. Let's get somebody in there who's going to end all of abortion. That guy's never going to get in there. He's never going to get in. You're going to lose. You have to win. You have to go little by little. You have to move the goalpost. You're trying to do a bum rush. You're going to lose. They literally flattened that poor thing into a sheet of paper. What are you talking about? Quack. Have you ever seen a woman getting a mammogram? No. No, I don't. Well, I know they say that they do those at Planned Parenthood, and then you can research into it. They don't even do mammograms at Planned Parenthood. They just refer you to somebody else that does the mammograms. And then they say, well, it's only, abortions are only like 10% of our business. But the rest of their business is all things that apply to the abortion, like the pre-care before the abortion, the medicines they give you before and after the abortion, the aftercare for the abortion. So the whole like rest of the chunk is all things that also are part of the abortion, but they just count the actual, abortion, and they don't count all the things that go into the abortion within their business. And they say, well, it's only like 10% of our business. No, it's like 95% of your business. People are dumb. AI will end that mess. Alien intelligence is on the way. What are you talking about, Robbie? Pardoned by Trump, pro-life activist breaks silence after being sentenced. I think I have a clip. I wanted to read this. Where is it? This is the pro-choice National Abortion Federation, the NAF website. Trump pardons 23 anti-abortion criminals. President Trump's decision to pardon nearly 24 anti-abortion protesters is disturbing and concerning for the safety of abortion providers and their patients. Well, what about the safety of the baby that you're murdering? The people Trump pardoned broke the law by trying to block people from accessing the health care they wanted, that they wanted and needed. They needed and they wanted. I think they wanted it a little more frequently than they needed it. They needed and they wanted some health care for their baby. A health care. So if I chop you up into little pieces and then suck you out with a vacuum, I guess that's health care. We will not stand idly by, or I can chemically kill you and turn you into mush. And the woman can sit on the toilet alone and evacuate it. Yeah, that's healthcare, guys. That's medical healthcare. That's the health that the health and that the woman wants and needs. The healthcare she wants and needs. What's up, John? Cool. How do you do that on YouTube? How do you get cool text in your dang name? We will not stand idly by as anti-abortion extremists escape accountability. 5 years for blocking the entrance to abortion clinic. 5 years. That's wild. Meanwhile, Juan Pablo can sell fentanyl and he'll get out the next day in a sanctuary city. And then they won't even report him to ICE. When Trump was elected, we knew his win would very likely embolden anti-abortion extremists to further. You guys are the extremists. You're killing babies to further harass, threaten, and target providers who are just trying to provide patients with care. Care. NAF won't stand for this. We are committed to ensuring that our members can provide comprehensive, evidence-based care to their patients. No matter what, we will continue supporting our members with the care for potential threats so that their staff can focus on providing safe, timely abortion care to their communities. This is the lady.
Am I finally going back to Target?
What? But this is not the what is she talking about? Allie, what are you talking about? This is not the interview that I saw earlier in the week that I wanted to show you guys because I knew the timestamps on it. So we're just going to listen to her introduction. This is Bevelyn Williams. We got to add. This is Bevelyn Williams. I'll play a little bit of her real quick, just her introduction on Allie Beth Stuckey's channel.
But yet I'm like exhausted.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I can't get enough sleep because
I'm going to get some coffee while you guys listen to this.
Warfare, like being in prison. Like prison is a lot goes on in prison spiritually. So I'm exhausted in a sense, and I'm just like I'm still kind of traumatized by the experience in itself. And so it's just like a jumble of emotions.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us more about that, about the spiritual warfare that you saw while you were in prison?
Well, like when I would go to the abortion clinic, right, and we would go out and protest for a couple of hours, it was always a known fact, like after you leave, anybody that has ever protested in front of an abortion clinic will agree with me. When you're done, all you're going to need is food, a good shower, and sleep. You are like spiritually drained because there's just so much going on. And that literally was prison every day, all day. People yelling, screaming, almost getting into fights, arguments. Like you can't have a normal conversation with people in prison. Like you really have to pull them in. Most conversations would be an argument or a fight or people are high, there's drugs everywhere,
Really, in prison, there's drugs everywhere.
Girl, there's more drugs in prisons than on the street. Okay? People go to prison and get strung out.
I don't think that's true. People say that, but that's not true.
So my bunkie would like get high in my cell, and it was like nothing I could do about it because that's her cell too. Stealing. I mean, like you got to be on point about everything. You can't leave your locker open because you might go and come back and it's gone. And if it.
Not to mention, I've told this story before. When I was in jail, I was a trustee in the kitchen, and you would have to deliver the food carts to all the different pods. So when you're first couple times in there, you try to get to the pod. You try to get to the cart that goes to the women's pod, just so you could get a chance when that door opens and you roll the cart in to see some of the ladies. Maybe you have this idea in your mind that they're just going to be walking around topless. So you're like, I want to go deliver the cart to the ladies' prison. John, shout out. Let me finish my story and I'll play the sound. But the first time you do it, you find out real quick, I don't want to do this again because that door rolls open and it's like, boom, the smell hits you like a ton of bricks. I don't mean to be crude, but the women's pod in a women's prison stinks, bro. It stinks because they don't got good feminine products in jail. They got like all the garbage, like off-brand stuff. Doesn't smell like a nice lady. It smells. Y'all know what it smells like. Smells like fish making a dish. Smells like cologne. Leave it alone. That's what I'm talking about. Today would have been my big brother's birthday. It would have been 48. So he needs no more manna. But here's some bread for the grift. He would have been. What happened? Did he pass away? He needs no more manna. Are you saying he doesn't need money from you because he's old? He said would have been. Did he pass away? Oh, sorry about that. Dang. Well, thank you for the 5. Shout out Kanye. We're going to talk about Kanye. It's been a while since we talked about Kanye. We're going to talk about Kanye here in a bit. Where is it? Wait till I get my money right. They use Falls Eve to douche. Claudie knows what I'm talking about. The women pods smell like the seventh smell of the world. What is that? Like the seventh wonder of the world? Yeah. So, I feel for Bev here.
And if one person reports it to the lieutenant, they're going to shake the whole unit down. And then if you have contraband, it gets taken away. And so let me tell you.
You don't snitch if your cellmate has contraband.
I had contraband. Girl, they give you these mattresses that's this thick.
Oh, she double mattressed it? She double matted it?
Okay. Girl, I had 3.
Oh, she triple matted it. Yo, you're a Christian. You're a Christian. You out here triple matting? That means 2 people in the pod didn't have a mattress because they know how many mattresses are in the pod. And there's 1 per person, right? That means 2 people ain't had no mattress because Bevelyn jacked them.
I was not.
No, usually what you do is you wait till somebody leaves, they get rolled up, and they leave their mattress on their bed, and you go and you take their mattress and you put it under yours. And you can get away with it for a little while, but once they do a search, they take your extra. But every now and then you could double up. Bev here tripled up. How do you learn the jail hustle that fast, Bev? Bev, nobody goes to jail and just knows how to do that right off the rip. You got to learn. That takes time to learn.
Not about to do that. Okay, that's where I drew the line. When my spine started talking back to me when I wake up in the morning.
That's also BS. It's actually better for your spine to sleep on a hard surface. I've spent many, many years sleeping on concrete, and it's better for your back.
I was like, okay, no, I'm going to have to make it happen. So, I mean, prison is like, it's nothing you can ever just sit and get comfortable with. It's concrete everywhere.
Okay, we don't need to hear the story about prison. I wanted to hear more about her. Like, this is her introduction. I thought she was going to talk about, I don't know, pro-life stuff, but she's telling us prison stories. The other interview she did with, I forget who it was, and I couldn't find it, was pretty good. I watched the whole thing. I have not watched this Allie Beth Stuckey interview yet, so just playing it. She probably had 13 honey buns the first week. She's out here hustling. She's drawing envelopes. That was my hustle. A lot of times when I was locked up, I didn't get any commissary money. So I would you get free envelopes. They're called indigent envelopes. You get an indigent kit if you're broke, which will have 2 envelopes, which are worth 25 cents each, which equals a nutty bar or 2 of them for a honey bun. So you can get your indigent kit and you can get a honey bun or 2 nutty bars. Nutty bars are fire. Or like some cups of coffee. But I would take those indigent envelopes and then I would decorate them. I had a whole stencil kit, and somebody had given me some short colored pencils while they were on their way out. I had art stuff, and I would decorate the envelopes and make the envelopes all cool, and then I would put them on a table and sell them because it was 25-cent envelope. But once I put my art in it, I get like $3 out that mug. I get a whole bag of coffee. Then I could take that coffee and I could divide it up. I could cut it, cut it up, flip it, double it up. Then I got 2 bags of coffee. Then I could start up the poker table. I ran the football pool, and I helped run the poker table until those guys left, and then I ran the poker table. And the house takes 10%, so I don't even have to win. I'm stacking coffee. I'm stacking ramen and honey buns. Straight up. I hustled. That's right. Okay, enough of that. Trump tariffs. Trump puts tariffs on Canada, Mexico, and China, spurring trade war as North American allies respond. And I'm tired of these pussy traitors to America who are like, oh no, we're going to be in a trade war. We're going to win a trade war. We're going to win a trade war. Mexico bent the knee like immediately. Canada apparently has already bent the knee. Bro, you think they're going to play with us? They're not going to play with us. What are you talking about? Oh, but they ship us wood. You think we don't have wood in America? They said the price of Florida orange juice was going to go up because of tariffs on Canada. What? Are we importing Florida orange juice from Canada? No. I seen pictures of a liquor store in Canada where they were taking American liquor off the shelves and instead have signs that say buy Canadian instead. And the liquor store was like empty. I don't drink drinking no Canadian. Even the sparkling water I drink is called American. What's it called? Who was telling me about that? It used to be called Canadian Ice, and now it's called American Ice or something like that. Yeah. All right. I don't even think. I think this is a nothing burger. I think Trump clearly sent a message, and everybody all the Democrats fear-mongering about a trade war. If there is a trade war, we're going to win. Here's what will get more expensive from Trump's tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China. On Saturday, Donald Trump made good, this is from CNN, on his promise to impose steep tariffs on America's three largest trading partners, Canada, China, and Mexico, all three of which have big tariffs on us already. They don't talk about that. Citing a national emergency on the flow of fentanyl and undocumented immigrants into the United States, the action, which is expected to take effect on Tuesday, includes 25% duty on all imports from Mexico and most goods from Canada. There's a 10% carve-out for energy-related items such as crude oil, and an additional 10% tariff, and that's not a big deal because we'll be getting our own oil soon. We're going to drill, baby, drill. An additional 10% tariff on Chinese goods imported in the United States. Let's stop getting our stuff from China, and we'll learn how to make it here. And Trump even said same thing I said. Yeah, it's going to hurt for a little bit. Prices might go up for a little bit. Anybody who's reasonable understands this. But guess what? A little bit of hard times will make us stronger. We've been having good times and soft men for too long. We get a little hard time, we get some strong men back, and then we'll be making our own chips and core reactors or whatever the hell we're getting from China. We'll cut our own wood instead of shipping it from Canada. We can make our own things. We have everything we need. We have the people. We have the America, the beautiful. We have the best land in the world. Don't worry about it. He said the T word. He said the C word. What words am I saying? Trump punking everyone. I love how he makes the other leaders get all dramatic and throw empty threats. Yeah, they ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna go. I'm done. I saw you're doing a Bible study on Jonah. I did one on Jonah a long time ago. There's a video. Sorry, I need coffee. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce warned Saturday that tariffs won't solve the years-long issue at the borders and instead threaten to upend supply chains and raise prices for American families. Consumers are going to be clearly worse off. Buy American, baby. Sung Wong Son, professor of finance and economics at Loyola Marymount University and chief economic at SS Economics, told CNN on Saturday, "When you talk about the tariff, it is an economic war. And in war, everybody loses. He added, but hopefully we will come to some better result and conclusions as a result of the pain and suffering that we will go through." About 1/3 of U.S. imports come from the three countries Trump targeted Saturday. Their products are among some of the most commonplace and critical items used by Americans, including fruits and vegetables. I don't eat fruits and vegetables. Meat, gas, automobiles, electronics, toys, clothing, lumber, and beer and spirits. Good. Maybe I'll drink less beer. Mexico and Canada supply a significant share of several key food categories. For example, Mexico is the largest supplier of fruits and vegetables to the U.S. Well, I'm a carnivore. While Canada leads in exports of grain, livestock, and meats and poultry. Well, good thing I know people who have chicken farms. Agricultural products from the Mexico and Canada in particular could become more expensive for consumers as grocery retailers operate on thinner profit margins than most industries with little room to absorb higher tariff costs. The grocers may have to pass them on to the shoppers. So they'll say the consumer picks up the full tab on a tariff. That's not true. It's like 60-40. The consumer will pick up like 60%, and then the manufacturer picks up 40%. But what this does is it encourages more domestic manufacture instead of outsourcing to other countries. Although the U.S. typically exports more agricultural goods than it exports more than it imports, the value of imports has increased faster than that of the exports in the past decade. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, additionally, climate change has increased U.S. reliance on countries like Mexico. Guys, climate change. We got to get our freaking avocados from Mexico. I wonder if they're going to mention that like 90% of the avocado, when you buy an avocado, you're funding the cartels, just so you know. We covered that a long time ago. Something like 90% of all avocado trade to the U.S. is controlled by the cartels. So when you buy your superfood, your green goo with a giant pit in it, it looks like a good size. What is it, a fruit or a vegetable? It's a fruit because it's got a seed in the middle. It's got a rind. So when you buy your super fruit, it's like $3, and it's like 80% pit and then some green goo for your dang sandwich. I can do without cartel avocados. I'll be all right. Last year, the U.S. imported $46 billion of agricultural products from Mexico, according to the USDA data. And who's growing these? Slave children? Little cartel Mexican children? That includes $8.3 billion worth of fresh vegetables, $5.9 billion of beer. Oh, darn. Cerveza más fina. No more Corona, even though Corona is probably made in the U.S. No more Modelo. We don't get no more Modelo. The Modelo gonna be expensive. It is expensive. But the biggest category of agricultural imports from Mexico last year was fresh fruits, which the U.S. imported $9 billion worth, with avocados counting for $3.1 billion of that total. You don't need fruits and vegetables, guys. And we got American cows. So as long as we got American cows and American chickens, we're gonna be all right. The U.S. imported $97 billion worth of oil and gas from Canada last year. The country's top export of the U.S. Became more reliant on Canada oil since the expansion of Canada's Trans Mountain Pipeline, according to data from the U.S. Energy Information Administration. Tariff on Canada energy products is only 10% tariff announced on the other Canadian exports. That'll limit the impact on gasoline prices, said Tom Kloza, global head of energy analysis for Opus. Cars and car parts. Darn, it's going to be more expensive to fix my truck. Steel. Beer and alcohol. Beer and liquor may be recession-proof, but they're certainly not tariff-proof. Shut up. I'll drink American beer. I don't care if they're gay. I drink Natty Light. Canadian beer, Mexican beer. Liver King says raw testes and lungs/heart meat and a bunch of steroids. Yeah, I think he's right about the organ meat for your vitamins and minerals and meat. A full carnivore diet, I felt healthier than I ever felt in my life when I was on a full carnivore. Currently, I'm basically keto. I do eat some tortillas. My tortilla price is going to go up. The only carbs I eat is tortilla. The only fruit I eat is I put frozen fruit in my protein smoothie. Protein creatine smoothie with some frozen fruit. The only vegetables I eat are onions and peppers. And then the rest is just meat. Pork chops, chicken, beef, steak. That's about it. Eggs, bacon, sausage. You can make tortillas at home. Yeah. Yeah, we'll survive. We'll get by. We'll get by. We're going to be all right. And I can do without the frozen fruit in my smoothies too. You know, onions got too many carbs anyway. Is that true? I don't think onions have carbs. Onions have carbs in them. We looked this up not too long ago. We looked at the... And you know, onions have sugar in them too. But they also boost your testosterone. An onion a day keeps the nut doctor away. That's what I heard. You should eat an onion. Protein smoothie. There's a dirty joke in there. I know. It's a little too on the nose, Rome. Canada announces retaliatory tariffs on longtime ally. Canada slaps 25%. So wait, it's such a horrible idea to have these 25% tariffs on things. It's such a bad idea. It's going to destroy your country and your people are going to suffer because of it. But Canada says that, you know how we're going to get them back? We're going to do 25% tariffs on their goods. Yeah, that makes sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Trudeau says $30 billion will take effect on Tuesday. Duties on the remaining $125 billion in 21 days. PM vows to work with provinces on non-tariff. Let's stop giving them our medicines. How about that? You know, that's why you pay so much for medicines in America, because all the other countries get it for super cheap from us. The innovation, the medical innovation, all that stuff comes from America. Whenever there's a new cure for something, talking like post-Louis Pasteur. Dang, a median onion has 10 carbs? Huh. Interesting. But it probably has less when you cook it. Maybe. I don't know. Corona smells and tastes like piss. Corona's only good if I have to buy a fruit to go with it. And that's not a good beer. If I have to buy an additional ingredient to make it drinkable, it's not a good beer. That's why I like Blue Moon, but I don't buy Blue Moon because I also have to buy an orange. Actually, you don't. Blue Moon is still good without an orange, but it's way better with an orange. And I'm not trying to buy... I buy my beer at the gas station. They don't sell fresh produce at the gas station. So it's like I got to go to two separate... I got to go to the farmer's market and the beer store in order to drink Blue Moon or Corona. I'm not trying to buy a dang fruit in order to drink a beer. That's why people cry around onions. Darn empty carbs. Onions suck. Low T. Low T. Low T producer. If you ain't eating an onion a day, you're low T. Gotta eat an onion a day. Eat a raw onion. Just eat it like an apple. That's what bosses do. That's what bosses do.
It's a man, baby.
That's right. If you don't eat onions...
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you.
That means you're
gay. That means you're gay.
I like lime in my Corona. Yeah, James, that was the whole point of what the whole bit I just did. That was the whole point. That was the whole point, James. What's up, King Blackout? Okay. We got to go quickly because I do want to get to everything. Might be a little bit late to work. That's all right. I got PTO. Where's my memes? Y'all know what time it is. It's meme time when I can find them. We only got a couple memes today. Stubborn One did send me some memes. But I was already in bed and I had already gathered some because he sends like 1,000 memes every week and I can't use all of them. So I had a backlog of other ones that I could use. So I already had grabbed some older ones. Plus I find my own sometimes. But then he sent a bunch this morning. So for next week, Stubber One, I already have a whole stockpile for next week. So you don't have to send more next week. I got all the ones that you sent this morning for next week. But first, let's cover crazy lefties on Facebook. Occupy Democrats. This is Freddie's favorite news source. This is the left's favorite news source. Look at this. Good news, red states. Hold on, let me do something real quick. 1 second. Making sure that, so I had a screenshot of when I paid my rent. I'm making sure it didn't make its way into the meme folder. That'd be a meme. Here's my credit card information and my confirmation number on my rent, and my address and everything. There's the meme. Okay. And now we're ready to go. And here we go. Occupy Democrat says, good news, red states. You can now pick your own vegetables. You can pick your own fruits and vegetables in the blazing sun for $5 an hour. And I responded, is the implication that Mexicans are only good for field work? Nice. I love when the Democrats are more racist than me. What are you saying, Democrats? Are you saying that the Mexicans are just out here crop picking? Mexicans just pick oranges all day? Is that all that Mexicans do? Is that all they're good for? Like if we send the illegal immigrants back, all of a sudden we're not going to have people to pick our oranges? They're so dumb. They're so dumb. Next. Trump signs an executive order, and we got Goku saying there's no more transformation after this. This is when he went Super Saiyan 3. Turns out he was wrong. There's a lot more transformations after this. You got Super Saiyan 4. You got Super Saiyan God. You got Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan. You got Ultra Instinct Omen. You got Mastered Ultra Instinct. So yeah, there were more transformations. Next, spaghetti is weird. Check this out. A fact of the day. You ever think about this? Spaghetti is weird. You wet the dries, so you have dry flour. We talked about this the other night. You have dry flour, and you get it wet. Then you dry the wets. You take the wet noodles and you dry them. Then you wet the dries by putting your dried noodles into a wet pot. Then you dry the wets by putting your wet noodles into a colander. Then you wet the dries by putting sauce on your now dried noodles. And then you dust the wets. You put some dang old the heck is that stuff called? Parmesan. You put some Parmesan on that piece. Wet the dries, dry the wets. Wet the dries, dry the wets. Wet the dries, dust the wets. That's spaghetti. Do you guys ever think about that? That's interesting. That's an interesting fact. Anyway, next. Selena Gomez is crying because children being deported. These are the children. LSA. LSA.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
Next. We're just here to pick your fruits and vegetables. MS-13, we just here to pick up the oranges. Next. It's aborted. It's aborted. This is a gender reveal party. It's aborted. That's what gender it is. Aborted. Next. This is the new emblem for Tesla. What do you guys think of the new Tesla emblem?
It's a man, baby.
I said he's just dabbing. He's dabbing. Didn't you see the kids in Fortnite throwing the dab? That's all he did. He threw a dab. Just throwing a dab. He's just throwing a dab out there. Dabbing up on these fools. He just won a game of Fortnite. He didn't win a game of Diablo. We know that. He lied about that. Next. In order to have a murder of crows, there must be probable cause. Caw, caw, caw. Get it? Get it? A flock of crows is called a murder of crows. You need probable cause. Next. We got some stupid memes this week. Every king needs a throne. Shares in the chat. Every king needs a throne. Who's the next to take up the mantle? Who's the next to fill the empty chair? Alex Jones, Fuentes, Sneeko. Empty chair. Who's the next to fill the throne and sit in the chair? It is I. It is I.
It's a man, baby.
Okay. Next. First woman pilot to crash helicopter into a plane. Oh, too soon. Too soon. First woman president, first woman. You know how they love to say first woman to do something. They always love to do that. They haven't done that with her yet, though. That's sad. That was not supposed to be in there. Sorry. Too soon. Too soon. This is a child's drawing. It says, I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in pies. He just misspelled the word. Poor kid. That kid can't read. I am Buzz Lightyear. I come in pies. I meant the Dust in the Wets comment, but I think I did see that clip in a Facebook group. What clip? I think I saw that middle dude kicking around a decapitated head in a Venezuelan prison a couple years back. Damn. All we are is dust in the wets. Chair is so cool it doesn't need to be filled. American Pie's next. We took that off my fridge. He can draw too. The drawing is actually really good for a kid, for a little kid. I don't know how old this kid. Now, until you find out that this is the public school system and this was drawn by a 16-year-old. This is a sophomore in high school who did this. And you're like, oh, maybe it's not such a good drawing. And they can't spell. This kid's like 28 years old. He gave this to his mom. He's 28. All right, next. X releases new logo. Let's go. Dabbing on the haters. Dabbing on the haters. Next. Department of Health 2121. Oh, Misa, Lisa Hota. Versus Department of Health 2025. Voice is not much better. I am RFK Jr. But RFK is a beast. You seen him working out? This man's like 1,000 years old out here doing 100 push-ups. RFK is a beast. His voice, though, I don't know. He also draws the same amount of fingers as an AI. How many fingers did it have? Wait, this hand has a thumb and 3 fingers. And this hand has a thumb and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fingers. Oh, man. I don't always whoop, but when I do, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Come on now.
I've been broke my whole life. Now money right.
Whoop, there it is. Next. How are unicorns fake, but giraffes are real? Like, what's more believable? A horse with a horn or a leopard moose camel with a 40-foot neck? It's a leopard moose camel with a 40-foot neck. This is fake. This is fake, but this is real. You bullshitting me. You bullshitting. This is definitely real. This is definitely fake. Obviously. Unicorn.
It's a man, baby.
Giraffe.
Beta.
Definitely. Next. Look at this dog. Oh, look at the doggy. The border collie. The dog has snow armor on, plus 10% armor, plus 20%, plus 20 frost resistance, minus 10 speed. You got to take the good with the bad, you know. If you're going to wear the frost resistance armor, you're going to lose a little bit speed. Next. My mouth waters when I smell steak. I wonder if the same thing happens to vegans when they mow the lawn.
Beta.
Probably. Actually, to be fair, I love the smell of fresh cut grass. Hey, we got memberships. James gifted 10 memberships. Let's go, James. Look, Creative Witch got one. Mr. Boulay got one. Warpig Gaming got one. Brick Jonesy got one. Alicia got one. Shout out. Shout out for the 10 memberships. Hey. 10 memberships, we're going to play both of them.
I've been broke my whole life. Now
Money right. I've been broke my whole life. Now money right. Hold up. I love the stains of fresh cut grass on my sneakers. I don't like grass stains, but I do love the smell of fresh cut grass. Next. Does that make me... If I love the smell of fresh cut grass, does that make me...
Beta.
Next. Right now, the magic school bus could be inside of you exploring, and there's nothing you can do about it. Damn. Damn, where's my... Oh, I don't have it on here. I don't have the... The X-Files. There could be a magic school bus in your ass right now, and you couldn't do anything about it. Next. Damn, you're so gay, you could fit a magic school bus in your ass. Oh, Lord. No more. Your dog food bag says 1 cup. Your dog looks at you and says, the Oreo box surely doesn't say 16 Oreos, Trisha, but here we are. Yeah. Trisha eats her Oreos by the sleeve. That's a great Brian Regan joke. Fig Newtons. Fig Newtons. You know, they got a serving size for Fig Newtons. It's 3 cookies. Nobody eats 3 Fig Newtons. I eat them by the sleeve. I love Brian Regan. Next. You know you're old when you remember that as a child, going to play with the computer meant drawing on paint, and it was awesome. And you always drew one of these bad boys and then filled it in. This is true. And also, when I was a child, what are you talking about? I still do this today. Any of the old heads in the chat will remember when I first started this show for like the first year, at the beginning of every episode, I would make a starting soon screen in MS Paint. And it was some people's favorite part of the show, seeing what I would draw in MS Paint. I did some crazy MS Paint drawings. But now I just don't have time to do it because I actually put a lot of time into those. I would draw some... Go back and watch some of the old episodes of the Dreaded Conservative show, like 1 through 50. And you'll see in the very beginning, the starting soon screen, I would do a different MS Paint work of art every week. And there's some good ones in there. I'm a pro MS painter. School bus ass. That's what happens after Trump gets done with it. You just ruin. You just ruin. We missed the starting screens. R.I.P. the art. Those scribble sketches. They weren't scribbles. It was beautiful art. I don't have time anymore. But next, your daily reminder to homeschool your kids. There you go. There you go. There's your teachers for your kids.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Next, nothing to say about that. How people think nuclear energy works. A nuke strapped to a battery equals nuclear energy. How it really works. LOL, the water is really hot. Yeah, this is like how people think a nuclear bomb works. We're splitting an atom. How it really works. You have a ring of explosive devices facing inwards towards each other, and when they all hit each other, it makes a really big explosion. Shocker. Who would have thunk that if you put a whole bunch of really powerful explosions in a ring pointed towards each other, that it would make an even bigger explosion? Crazy. Crazy. Nukes are fake. Next, biology teachers after January 20th teaching the truth again. Hot dog? Donut? That's it. That's how babies are made. That's where babies come from. This is so funny. This is one of the funniest scenes. What is this, Scary Movie 3? This scene is so funny. His wife is pinned into a tree, and like the bottom half of her body is missing. And he asked the officer, he's like, will I be able to, one last time with her? And the cop's like, no, I don't know. What are you talking about? He's like, let me explain. Hot dog, donut. And the cop in that scene is, the cop in Signs is M. Night Shyamalan, but the cop in Scary Movie is not M. Night Shyamalan. They hit a specific element, though, which is what splits the atom and causes the chain reaction. Right. You believe that? Well, I got a bridge to sell you. Mr. Mad. Strange that it's a chain reaction that they thought was going to destroy the whole universe, but it just stops. Obviously, the chain reaction just stops. Isn't that the opposite of a chain reaction? If you believe that, I got a magic school bus to sell you. Next. Me looking the purple-haired barista right in the eyes as I hit no tip on the iPad. Dun, dun, dun.
It's a man, baby.
Next. The house is burning. I might have did this one of these weeks. I feel like I did this one already, but it's so good. You're stuck in a burning house with your husband in your lap. I just hope an obese lesbian woman of color reaches us before a white man. Beta. Next. That's it for the memes. So I got my voice mod soundboard back. They updated it. So it's a new UI now. And you used to be able to do 5 custom slots, but then you could also use all of the presets. So they're like blink and the bana and the like wah 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 that I used to play all those sounds. Those were like preset loaded into the soundboard. And now those are all gone. So you just have, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 slots for your own custom sounds. So I'll just have to cycle out these sounds. But I don't have the funny sounds anymore. I don't know. They want money for everything. It must be a Canadian program. Energy equals mass times the speed of light squared. All right, thanks, Einstein. Don't pretend like you understand what that means. Okay. We got reels. Some funny reels. Dude, bro, check this out. This is getting crazy. This is crazy. Yo, I'm going to have to play it again because... Bro! Now, I don't know what that is. It's not a shark because it doesn't have a dorsal fin. It's some type of fish. It looks like a grouper or something. Or it could be some type of shark. It does have a... It has a back dorsal fin. I forgot what that's called when they have a dorsal fin on their tail. But I think generally a shark has a curved dorsal fin right here. It's one of the criteria to make a shark. This thing, it could be some type of shark that I'm unaware of. But check this out. They're doing a mermaid show. It must be in Japan or something. Watch this bitch's head get bit. What the? Bro. I wish I could play it in slow motion for you and zoom in. Her whole head is in this thing's mouth for like a second. Her entire head is engulfed in this thing's mouth. And I want to see the after effect because it doesn't look like it has sharp teeth, which is another reason I don't think this is a shark. But it could just be some type of shark that I don't know about. Does anybody know? Let's ask Ace Ventura. The common harbor porpoise has an elongated snout, a triangular dorsal fin, tertiala truncatus. Funny she doesn't look Drewish. One more time. Watch this thing. Oh. Boom! That's wild. It actually looks like some sort of giant catfish. I don't know. I don't know what they got in Japan. Pause on the audio only listeners. Like I said, it had her whole head in his mouth. All right, that's crazy. What's this?
Are you not sleeping with Jamal?
I came over to get some weed, right? Because I make this stuff called Hippie Mama Topicals. We got lotions, lip balm.
Bitch, are you trying to plug your business right now?
Jerry. Okay. I love ethnic people. Next.
Does not work.
This is why Muay Thai does not work in a street fight.
In a street fight. Look, he can't pivot his kicks if he's wearing shoes on concrete. And his guard is so high that he can't sprawl for takedowns. So now watch what happens. Here's why Muay Thai does not work in a street fight. Look, he can't pivot his kicks if he's wearing shoes on concrete. And his guard is so high that he can't sprawl for takedowns. So now watch what happens.
He pulled the blicky. What, you going Muay Thai clinch him when he pulls the blicky? A back dorsal is still just a dorsal fin, Josh. A fish just has one or two. But a shark is considered a fish. I'm just wondering if that was some sort of shark I had never seen before. Because you didn't see no blood come out of her head in the water. Your head bleeds a lot. So I'm guessing that thing didn't have no teeth. So it might be like a bottom feeder or like a plankton eater or something. I don't know what that was. But anyway, it was crazy. Dude pulled the blicky. Yo, I love these new videos where the comment section, AI turns it into a song. This one's pretty funny. Django slowly unchaining. Day one without stealing. For a while. 2% safe from cops. You found a hack. He can't throw gang signs. But he can do the rest. 5% man of steel, 95% man of steel. They want to pay child support. What you want?
Nah, I guess we all going to hell, bro.
I got black, I got white. What you want? Crip walking with Jesus. Okay. All right. Enough funny stuff. Enough funny business. He said he can't be cuffed. I don't know if you guys could see, like, he had vitiligo, or what is it? Is it vitiligo where, like, you got white patches? His hands and his feet were, like, white. Like, comment section always unrivaled. Yeah, those are funny videos. The comment section songs. Was that an Oreo cookie? Oh, are you crazy? So I watched the Amon Hillman stuff. I watched both of them, the full things. But then I'm looking at this Danny Brown guy's channel. You said you like him. I don't know if it's just the algorithm showing me things related to the Amon Hillman interview. Maybe the Danny Brown guy interviews other types of people. But all that I'm seeing on my feed from him now is like him interviewing like Satan worshipers, basically. All the interviews I'm seeing is him debating people like that guy who say the Bible's fake, Jesus was on mushrooms on the cross, all stuff like that. So is that like all he does? Does he ever talk to like Christians or like not pieces of crap? I don't know. Anyway, let's do rapid fire news. I'm going to go through this real quick because I want to get to the Democratic National Committee videos. We're going to have to do more of a deep dive into this as more information comes out. Mushroom Jesus, yeah. All the news stories are just calling it a giant or massive fish, so not a shark. The mermaid's name is Masha, age 22. Dang, you found it in the news? But a shark is a fish, right? Shark is classified as a fish. But anyway, yeah, it's not. I didn't think it was a shark. But that's crazy. Her whole head was in his mouth. I'm going to have to do more of a deep dive into this later. I know I've listened to some stuff about it on podcast. Why the release of China's DeepSeek AI software triggered a stock market panic and $1 trillion loss. So NVIDIA, was it NASDAQ crashed because it's very highly tech related, a lot of tech stuff. A lot of these tech companies, their stocks plummeted because China released this new AI called DeepSeek. Normally, a language model AI program, a mass language model or whatever they call it, program, on average costs like $300 million. I think Zuckerberg is working on an AI for Facebook, and he said he was going to put like $365 million into it, or billion. I don't know if it's millions or billions. Lots of money to make an AI program. China made one for like $5 million. And this DeepSeek is free, whereas ChatGPT is $200 a month for the full version, which I saw a thing the other day that said Windows users can now get the full ChatGPT for free. But basically China made one that cost way less to make, and it's free to the users. And so NVIDIA crashes. All these stock market tech businesses crash because DeepSeek is going good. DeepSeek, a startup AI company owned by a Chinese hedge fund, which is in turn owned by a young AI whiz kid, Liang Wenfeng, claims that its newly released V3 software R1 was trained inexpensively and without using NVIDIA's high-end chips, the ones that cannot be exported to China. Wang Feng also claims his software is as good as the best in-class AI software trained on the best NVIDIA chips. These claims were believed for reasons I will explain. This possibility that the claims might be true caused a run on Wall Street, the likes of which have never been seen before. The trillion-dollar market crash included a loss in value of NVIDIA of $593 billion, a new one-day record for any company ever. One reason DeepSeek's claims triggered a crash is that DeepSeek software is open source and can be copied freely. Further, the training costs for the software are claimed to be 100 times less expensive and require less data and energy. The market assumed that if the claims were true, it would be an industry-disruptive breakthrough. It would also disrupt the political balance of world power. The day after the crash, and people are like, oh, AI, nobody cares about AI. Nobody cares about quantum computing and AI winning the quantum computing race. Okay. Okay, we'll wait and find out. The link was an hour long, and with them having words. 5 mil numbers BS. They got secret good chips. Yeah, I've heard something like that. That's just what they're telling us, and that could be a lie. That could be a lie. The day after the crash, former Google CEO Eric Schmidt said that the rise of DeepSeek marks a turning point for the global AI race and argued for more open source products. That is one reason many are skeptical of the economic savings claims by an unknown Chinese startup. Still, the market panicked because they were quickly convinced the overall quality of DeepSeek's new R1 software itself. Seeing is believing. Also, this works locally. So you can not even have your phone connected to the internet and it still works. And it's taking, instead of doing mass sourcing from all of the internet, which is why AI is so energy intensive, is because it's scanning the whole internet for answers to questions. This one instead is more localized. It's just scanning. I don't really understand it yet, but it just scans like what you look at or something like that. It's more localized. It's not searching the whole internet. It's searching a smaller batch of information. And they're saying this may be the more efficient way of going about it, or they got to find some sort of middle ground to compete with this DeepSeek. If this is what China's doing, this could turn out to be a nothing burger, but we'll keep our eyes on it. Yesterday was Groundhog Day. Groundhog Phil predicts 6 more weeks of winter. It's warming up here. I don't even need this jacket. I need to turn my heat off. It's just scanning its CCP library. Okay. Less expensive, but it breaks in 3 uses. Huh. I haven't tried it. I don't really mess with AI too much. Guys, we got 6 more weeks of winter. Puxatawny Phil saw his shadow. A weather predicting groundhog has forecast 6 more weeks of winter in the U.S., disappointing the crowds of people gathered in the Pennsylvania town for the annual Groundhog Day celebrations. If you guys didn't know, it's still Monday, or it's still Sunday. We're just reliving the same day over and over and over and over again. It's Groundhog Day. Thought to have evolved from German celebrations of Candlemas on 2nd February, known as Dashtag, or Badger Day. It was believed that if a badger refused to emerge from his home, locals were in for 4 more weeks of snow. Puxatawny Phil, Groundhog's Day. Shout out Groundhog Day. Bro, badgers are vicious. Anyway, we got some Trump news from Freddie from HuffPost. Great source of information here. HuffPost. Trump copied another family's coat of arms. So Britain's mad. They're crying because apparently, okay, let me just read it. President Donald Trump's company, the Trump Organization, is marking golf properties and related products in the U.S. with a coat of arms that belongs to a different family after being barred by British authorities from doing so in the United Kingdom, according to a New York Times report on Sunday. The Trump emblem is nearly exact copy of the crest Britain granted to American diplomat Joseph Edward Davies in 1939. There's just one tweak. Where the original featured integritas, the Latin word for integrity, the president's version substitutes inevitably the name Trump. So Britons are pissed. Here's the coat of arms. This is a nice coat of arms. So Trump is putting this crest on his properties and his golf courses. And instead of integritas, it says Trump at the bottom. And Britain, they're freaking out over in England, in the UK. They're freaking out because they can't do anything about it. They can't sue him. They want to, but they can't. And they're crying. And I think it's an epic troll. Let's go, Trump. And Freddie's like, you're going to forgive him for this? He stole somebody's crest. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. In fact, I think it's epic. I think it's an epic move. You think this is bad? Maybe you have no idea what we did with their tea. Maybe you have no idea about the war we fought against them and how we left and took our own country. You're worried about a crest? I think it's a nice flex. We're flexing on these dang furners. Okay. Here's some weird cess stuff. Weird cess stuff in the news. Weird cess stuff. Beta. Three trans women file emergency requests not to be transferred to male prisons. 3 transgender women filed an emergency court request to not be transferred to male prisons, arguing their safety is at stake. Well, maybe you shouldn't have stopped breaking the law, asshole. And then you don't have to worry about your safety being at stake in prison. Why did my... Check. Audio cut out. Okay, it's back. The auto gain, if I yell, it cuts. I got to lean back when I yell. Okay. 3 transgender women filed an emergency court request to not be transferred to male prisons. So these are men who are pretending to be women, and then they get put in a women's prison. And I responded to this post on Facebook, and I said, I wonder how many other women magically ended up pregnant in the women's prison. And that's not a joke either. That's something that happens in California. They started putting trannies in the jails with the opposite gender that they aren't, that they're pretending to be. And strangely, women started ending up pregnant. Crazy. How's that happening? Huh. The BOP has traditionally reviewed transgender cases individually and allowed trans women to be incarcerated in women's facilities. What state is this? District of Columbia. Currently located where the Bureau of Prisons. San Francisco. Of course. They are being represented by 2 San Francisco law firms as well as attorneys in Boston. And well, wait. See, it's not saying exactly what jails these are, where they're at. Women's prisons. Mary Doe had previously been at a men's facility where he had been raped multiple times, the court filing states. Hey, Mary Doe, just so you know, anytime a bitch ass goes to prison, they become a hoe. Yo, you didn't know? That's not unique to the transgenders. They do that to the guys too. If you're a punk, like, duh. Maybe if you're gonna do crimes that are gonna get you sent to prison, don't try to look like a woman. Because they'll grape the ones who look like men. You think they're not gonna grape you? Bro, Mary Doe got pimped out. Mary Doe got passed around like a dang Snickers bar. Definitely ain't Montana. Yeah. It's got to be California. Well, also remember was it Indiana? We covered the story of the guy who was in the men's prison, and he said for his mental health, he needed transgender, gender affirming care, and they agreed. So public taxpayers were paying for a butt lift, breast augmentation, face stuff. Is it called a gynoplasty? Like $100,000 in surgeries, taxpayers had to foot the bill so that this guy could become a woman. A guy who strangled his daughter to death, and then he goes to a woman's prison. And this was in Indiana, I think. We covered this story a couple months ago. It's crazy. This is disgusting. Trump issued several other executive orders against the transgender community as well, including cutting federal support for gender transitions for people younger than 19, ordering federally run insurance programs like Medicare to exclude gender-affirming care, which occurs in some states. Separately, Trump also directed the Pentagon to conduct a review that could bar transgender people from military service. Based. 4 days later, the 3 transgender plaintiffs were placed in separate housing with other transgender women. Yeah, we have PC. We have protective custody. Put them in PC. Make a transformer pod and put them on 23-1. They were also told that because of Trump's executive orders, they will be imminently transferred to men's facilities. Based. Yeah. You don't get to cut off your penis and break the law and then go into a prison filled with a bunch of women. And then women just suddenly start ending up pregnant. Let's see. The drama report. I don't even really care about this. I just wonder what you guys think about Brett Cooper. Do you like Brett Cooper? I'm not a fan. There was drama with Daily Wire. It's been going on for a while. She was leaving the Daily Wire, and it kind of became, I think Daily Wire and like Candace and now this Brett Cooper chick, I think they like figured this out beforehand. They say, this will go viral. This will go viral. This will be what people are talking about if we have like a bit of a beef when you leave. I think it's fake, but they had a little bit of beef. Jeremy Boring came out and said some things about Brett. Brett hasn't really said much about the Daily Wire as far as I know. And so she started a new show. She had a show on Daily Wire called The Comment Section. She left the show. Her producer came in to replace her and pretty much tried to be like a mirror image of her. But the producer is like 29 years old, and Brett Cooper was 18 years old when she started the show. So the show has like college girl in her dorm room vibes. Now they got this 29-year-old lady trying to pretend like she's a hip college girl, and nobody likes it. The show went from getting like 2 million views per episode down to like 40,000 views per episode. People are pissed. Brett Cooper starts a new YouTube channel, and before she uploaded a single video, she had like over 1 million subscribers. It's crazy. I've never watched this chick show. I've seen clips and stuff. I don't think she's entertaining. I don't think I don't see the attraction. I know she was like a child actress, and so she was already embedded in like Hollywood and entertainment before she started. Similar to Steven Crowder. A lot of these people that pop off as political commentators, they already were involved in the entertainment business. So they're like grandfathered in. She's not. I need my deadpan sarcasm and logical humor embedded into it. I can't listen to some teeny bopper broad talking an opinion on things. Right. Does anybody like Brett Cooper in my comments? I need a deadpan sarcasm with logical humor embedded into it. She wasn't even that hot. She's not that hot. Brett Cooper describes what the future of media looks like and dishes about her new show. Let's watch this.
Pampers Swaddlers. Up to 100% leak-proof protection, up to 0% skin irritation. Brett Cooper show. Brett Cooper joins us
Let's
now.
see her on Jesse Waters.
I was not actually.
She's going to tell us.
Not going.
She's going to tell us what the young conservative men are looking for in media and how she's going to provide it for us, guys. You ready? She's going to tell us how they want a young, hip voice, and they want a woman to tell them about politics. That's what we need in the conservative movement right now, guys. You didn't know? Brett's going to tell us. Let's listen.
Now I feel like I really missed out.
It
on
looked
this
like a
huge
good
cultural
party.
phenomenon.
Why do you think they want to make a scene out of that?
Well, because it is cool. It's super exciting, and for the first time in like 10 years, the culture has shifted in a way to where young people on the right now are edgy. They're the rebels, and we've been saying that, for the last 4 years. Like, you think you're the resistance, but actually you have every mainstream organization behind you. You have every huge, Hollywood industry behind you. You're not actually a rebel. You're just falling in line with the mob and doing what they say. Like, we're actually the ones that are pushing back and fighting. And I think they finally realized that.
So what does it say if you're considered edgy, that you like the country, you like sports, you get dressed up, you have a few drinks, you're normal, you like girls?
I mean, it makes me think of the American Revolution. I mean, we think about those guys, and they were pretty normal, and they were, wanting freedom, and they were wanting the life that we have built now in this country.
And they were pretty young.
They were very young, which I think people often forget. These were, 17 to 22-year-old men who were hungry and huge dreamers, and I feel like we're getting back to that actually in a very cool way.
What does it mean for the culture that Jim Acosta is stepping down?
I had to look up who Jim Acosta is.
No.
So I think I literally
Oh, that's funny. I had to look up who you are.
did. So I think that tells you where Gen Z's priorities are right now. It's like, who is this guy? Why do I
No one
care?
your age watches.
She's
Jim
definitely
Acosta.
high tea. That's a man, baby? Oh,
It's
no.
because we see him on
It's
X,
a
and people
man,
make fun of
baby.
him.
It's Ben Shapiro's little brother.
More people see Jim Acosta on this show than they see on
Probably,
CNN.
which is unfortunate.
So where are we going now as a media? Are you now
As a media?
the tip of the spear?
I think that we are
If this is the tip of the spear, we need to get a gun.
moving more and more independent. I just left the Daily Wire. I'm starting my new show. I wanted to be independent. I watched the media landscape change over the last couple of years, but especially leading into this, election.
Okay, I don't care. I'm gonna be honest. I can't watch this.
After weeks
But this is her
of
channel.
speculation, Brett Cooper has left.
Well, it looks like the rumors were
Oh, simp. The simp quartering cast. Gosh, he's such a simp. Oh my god. But I guess simping is how you get to hang out with Melanie Matt Go Boom.
true.
Brett Cooper's departure
Has gay ass Ruslan. Oh, Ruslan. Ruslan said he would not vote for Trump. He was voting for Biden. Yeah.
caused quite a stir.
The internet is absolutely
4 years ago, Ruslan, Tyson James called him out in some songs. Ruslan, lame. This guy's cool. I like, I forget, now I'm drawing a blank on his name, but I like him.
melting down.
Brett Cooper did, in fact, announce her exit.
Brett Cooper announces she is leaving the Daily Wire.
Brett Cooper is officially leaving the Daily Wire.
Now she is walking away.
Okay, I don't care. I don't care. But look, she's got 3 videos, and she's already got 1.24 million subscribers. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just wondered what you guys thought of Brett Cooper. But maybe that's why I don't have 1 million subscribers. I'm not cool. I'm not in the cool kids club because I'm not like Brett. Maybe if I simp for Brett. Y'all know I'm only simping for the Asian ladies. Michelle Malkin, Savannah Hernandez. She's not Asian. She's Mexican. Okay. He's got more clickbait titles than Benny Johnson. I don't like that guy either. You never heard of her? Nice. Had to actively stop showing me this channel on both of these dudes. Both of those dudes. Sensational dude either. Oh, the quartering? I don't know. Okay, I gotta take this off. It's too hot in here. Yeah. No, I actually like the quartering. I just don't like when Jeremy simps for every woman in politics. Like he He's like, well, I don't know if Brett's going to mention me. Hopefully she watches this. Oh my goodness, she put me in her channel intro video. Oh my goodness, she watches me. Okay. Bryce Mitchell, we covered this all weekend. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but Bryce is in some hot water if you missed it over the weekend. His first episode of his podcast, he basically said that Mustache Man was a good guy in his prime and that Bryce would love to go fishing with him. All he wanted to do was take out the gays. And we put the Japs into Bryce said a lot of crazy things. Dana came out, called him dumb, said that he hopes he gets his ass whooped. It's looking like they're not going to end his contract or anything like that. But Bryce is going to be getting some garbage fights. Dana thinks people want to see him get his butt whooped, but what if he wins? What if he wins in his next fight? And what if it's against an Israeli person? It's going to be wild. I've heard a lot of dumb and ignorant-ish in my day, but this is probably the worst. That was Dana White responding. Paulo Costa has responded. Brazilian UFC star Paulo Costa disappointed with Bryce Mitchell's apology after and look, even the media is editing the name. This is crazy. Even on this website, they're editing the name. That's wild. Look, even in the article, it's not just in the headline. I thought maybe it's just in the headline. No, it's in the article. They're editing his name in the article. Over the years, Bryce Mitchell and Paulo Costa have made certain polarizing statements, eliciting criticism from a number of fight fans amid the debacle surrounding Mitchell's recent remarks regarding Adolf Schmittler and the UFC featherweight's ensuing apology. Costa has now chimed in with his opinion. Thug Nasty asserted that Beep was a good guy. He further lauded him and the Nazis while criticizing the LGBT and Jewish communities. Many fans called for him to be removed from the UFC. Meanwhile, UFC CEO and President Dana White condemned Mitchell's remarks, nevertheless citing the American fighter's right to free speech, while implied that he would face punitive actions. Mitchell subsequently took to social media and issued an apology. In the future, I will be more considerate when talking about the suffering of all people. And then Paulo Costa said, I'm disappointed, Bryce. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I will fight. I am disappointed in Bryce. I'm disappointed. You created hope and now you threw it away. Disappointed. I'm very disappointed. Not a very good Brazilian accent, but what up, Kat? What up, Jeff? Shout out Jeff and Kat. But we talked about this all week. Last thing, anybody watch the Grammys? Did anybody watch the Grammys? Okay, I'm going to show you a picture. It is from the side, and it's edited. It's blurred out. You're not going to see any nip action or Nova JJ, okay? I don't want this to be too graphic. I know we got ladies in the chat. This is it's not a pearl-clutching Puritan Christian channel, but I do have a flag that says Jesus is my Savior behind me. So we're going to try to keep it PG-13 here. Kanye and Bianca Censori, his new wife, the one that was giving him a blowy on the yacht, that one, showed up to the Grammys basically wearing a pantyhose with armholes and a head hole cut out. Like, I think it's literally pantyhose. She took a pantyhose, cut 2 holes in the side and 1 hole in the foot, and pulled it on over her. And it's 100% see-through. So she was essentially butt-ass naked at the Grammys. Now, they didn't actually go to the Grammys, and there was a rumor going around that they got kicked out or they were escorted out. That's not true. They just showed up, walked the red carpet, and left. Then they go to an after party, and she's wearing another outfit, which is essentially the same thing. Butt naked at a party, dancing with Kanye. I can't show you. Like, you see everything. You see the new, you see the nipplage, you see full areola. This picture is edited, so there's a side angle, and there's no nipple showing. So it's like pantyhose. She's basically just wearing pantyhose. But she comes in with a fur coat, and then she takes her jacket and lowers it, and they're like, show us the shoulders, Bianca, show us the shoulders. And she drops it down below her shoulders, and they're like, that's great, that's great. And she drops the jacket, and one of the cameraman's like, whoa. And the other lady who's like, show us the shoulder. It's so funny listening to they're like, okay, Bianca, okay, show us the shoulder. And one guy goes, whoa. She drops the jacket and turns around, and you see it all. And I like Kanye, but I don't like this stuff. This is what I don't like about Kanye, is that, like, have some like, I don't know. I think she's like a robot or something. She has no life in her eyes. Like, I think she might be like a Elon robot, an AI robot. She's got no personality. She's got no life in her eyes. She just walks around like, oh, you want me to get naked, Kanye? Okay. I'm naked. Run around naked. She's wearing Skims. Is she really? That's what I thought. It looked like it's like pantyhose, right? Or is that Skims? Oh, is that something women put on under their dress to like thin them down? They call it art. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Skims. So isn't Skims made by Kim Kardashian? Is that like the troll there? Doesn't Kim own that company? Skims? She owns Skim magazine. The Skim. The ladies over at the Skim. Hake always uses the Skim as a source. It's so funny. That's owned by Kim Kardashian. Oh, it was a joke. It is Kim's line. It could be. That would be an epic troll. She's wearing a hair clip too, you know. Oh yeah. She's got like a clip or a freaking rubber band in her hair. So she does have a little extra clothing on. I also don't like this hair pulled back look, super tight like that. I don't like it. Gotta let the hair down, ladies. I prefer halter tops. Anyway, so that's that story. Enough of that. Let's look at this Democratic National Committee that happened the other day, so they could they could elect the next people on the Democratic National Committee. This is so bad. The Democrats have learned absolutely nothing. They haven't figured out yet. People are tired of the identity politics. They're tired of the diversity, equity, and inclusion having to be in everything. They're tired of the first woman, first black woman, first lesbian black woman, everything. That's why you lose. This is why you lose. Watch this. People thought this was like a Saturday Night Live skit, and it looks so bad. It looks like it is a Saturday Night Live skit. Let's watch some of this.
When they need the help.
Bad audio.
The Democratic Party.
This is a protest. I actually want to save this for later. Let's watch some of these clips.
We'll go with her.
Copyright audio. They're doing a cha-cha line. They're dancing like the cha-cha. Oh, you think this is bad? Hold on. Now, to be honest, guys, this seems like an eye roll, cringe, what the hell is happening to America? But that's the wrong take. The correct take here is, let's go! Get it, Democrats. You are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are so good. Keep it up. You're doing epic. Keep going. Just keep doing this. Please. Please keep doing this. Hold on. Oh, you thought, they're doing TikTok dances? Oh, that's not so bad. Hold on.
My name is Troy Blackwell. I know that I'm a new face to many of you, but I'm a proud Afro-Latino from the South Bronx, New York. I got into this work because at the age of 18, unfortunately, I was the victim of a hate crime. Today, I stand before you as one of the first non-binary candidates to run in the DNC's 107
Trump made that illegal, buddy. You can't do that anymore.
7-year history. I'm proud to be the only Afro-Latino in this race. I'm asking you to take a chance on someone like me, a proud non-binary Afro-Latino from...
Bro, I want Afro Samurai.
The South Bronx.
The final tally of votes, Troy Blackwell, 0.
Wait till you see who won. Hold on, there's more videos. I don't know if we got... Oh, this lady's so funny. Is she the one that sings? Just randomly, she gets up there. We shall overcome. Is that Keenan Ivory?
We shall overcome.
There is a man,
We shall overcome.
Dr. Quintessa. Quintessa?
We shall
Quintessa, that's like 6 Tessas.
Overcome today. Oh, deep in my heart,
Beta.
I do believe we shall overcome today.
Beta.
Hold on. Oh, man. I don't have all of them. There's one
Rules
maybe it's in here.
Specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 officers must be gender balanced.
Fucking commie gobbledygook.
With the results of the previous 4 elections, our elected officers are currently 2 male and 2
Quintessa, get
female.
your ass inside.
In order to be gender balanced, we must elect one.
This dude can't read. He doesn't know how to read.
1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender.
Wait. We must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender? How many are there?
So again, this is what we have to do for this vice chair race. We have to elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. To ensure our...
So basically, two either male or female and one of the opposite.
Process accounts for male, female, and non-binary candidates. We conferred with our RBC co-chair, our LGBT caucus co-chair, and others to ensure that the process is inclusive and
Keep
meets
it up,
the gender balance
Democrats. You're doing
requirements in our
epic.
rules. To do this, our process will be slightly different than the one outlined to you earlier this week. But I hope you will see that in practice it is simple and transparent. The order of balloting is designed to ensure equal access to the ballot, regardless of gender identity. As we must elect a candidate of any gender as well as one male and one female vice chair, we will first ask members to elect a candidate of any gender on the first ballot. Any candidate, male, female, and non-binary, can be elected on that ballot. After a candidate is elected on the first ballot, we'll have one officer of the three, so then we will know which position is filled of the one male, one female, and one vice
It's very simple reading.
chair of any gender. Our second ballot would also be for a candidate of any gender. Then our third ballot will be the third position that is remaining based on the two results.
This is the most convoluted nonsense I've ever heard in my life.
Either a male candidate if a candidate that is not male has not been elected, or a female candidate if a female has not been elected.
What the hell did you just say? What did any of that mean? You said a whole truckload of words without any meaning. A whole truckload of words with no meaning. Hold on, there's more, and I don't think I have them. There's more.
Well, I know that I'm a new face to.
Oh, shut up. Dude.
My name is Troy Black.
Shut up,
many
Troy.
of you, but I'm a
Hold on.
proud Afro-Latino
Shut
from
up,
the South
Troy.
Bronx, New York. I got into this work because at the age of 18,
Troy,
unfortunately.
Shut up. Okay, we're closing that window. It's hold on. I gotta go quick. How should I search this? Because there was some crazy looking people at this thing. No. So there was also a protest that happened. I'll talk about that in a second. I'm looking for a video specifically. Nah, I can't find it. I can't find the one I'm looking for where it shows all the ladies one at a time coming up to the thing, and there's some crazy looking ladies who come up there.
Speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking. Evening, Democrats.
Here we go. This is it. Bro, check out this lineup right here. This is like the Black Power Rangers.
Hello, Democrats. Hey, I am speaking, and I would love your attention. There is a black woman at this podium, and I deserve your attention like the 11 people who went before me. Yes, I am speaking. Good evening, Democrats. Look up here.
What the f is that? Oh, who let freaking Medea's grandma into the... Holy crap.
3 strong black women standing before you.
Oh, yeah. 3 strong black women.
3 black women who, rather than just grabbing a
Beta!
chair, ran for chair. Te quiero mucho, papa. Gracias por...
Definitely not English. Translation, definitely not English.
todo. My name is Artie Blanco, Freddie Blanco's daughter. Vote for me for vice chair.
Look at
Very aggressive. What the?
this room, y'all. Truly take it in. This is the Democratic Party.
Yeah, this is the Democratic Party, guys. This is the Democratic Party. Freddie, that's your team. That's your team, Freddie. Where's Allied Master Computer now? He's in my Discord. all night putting up dumb crap. This is your team. This is the Democratic Party.
We are our strongest when we stand together.
And that's still not very strong.
We are in a time in this country when our democracy and our rights are under attack.
Bro, she got one of her eyes is not open. Oh, it's so bad, but it's so good. It's so good. I love it. Keep it up, Democrats. You're doing excellent this year.
We're at a time where black and brown people, women.
Look at her eye is closed. Her right eye is closed.
And other minorities are being blamed for everything that's wrong with this country.
So let's fight.
What the? Is that Weird Al Blackovic? What is this? You're at a political convention. You're running for a spot on the Democratic National Committee. You couldn't put some dang detangler in that fro? What? And then they get mad when Rush calls them nappy-headed hoes. What do you expect? Dang. What?
It's a man, baby.
No, I don't know if that is a man, but it's not a... What is that?
Together for a stronger and more inclusive Democratic Party.
She can't even see.
DNC.
Oh, here's a wannabe Oprah / Kamala. Hello. You get a car. You get a car. DNC. She's been watching Oprah her whole life.
Let me say something.
Say it.
Over the last
Preach,
several
girl.
days, we've seen what happens when we have the wrong people in powerful places. And so today, I ask for your support.
Look at the captions are so funny. Today I ask for your support. Oh, no. Oh, it was Don Imus. Sorry, not Rush. My bad. Madam, that wig is too far back. Where do they come up? I don't know, man. I don't know, Dean. This is real. This is not a joke. The Democrats are doing amazing this year.
And electing me as your DNC vice chair because in a time of crisis, leadership matters.
My people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being the last one hired and the
first one fired. Ooh, bars. Bars. My people are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We're sick and tired of being the last one hired and the first one fired. We're sick and tired of not being admired, not being desired, never getting to retire. No, she doesn't say any all that last part that I just did. Those are bars. She doesn't have those bars.
We are sick and tired of the...
She doesn't know how to read either. Hold on. We gotta watch this one again. This is funny. Wykenia Clinton. Hold up.
Matters. My people are...
Quintessa, drop some slam poetry on us, Quintessa. Good night, B-Wise.
Sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are sick and tired of being the last one hired and the first one fired. We are sick and tired of the...
And I've spent the last 15 years fighting for the American people, all 340 million of them.
She got stuck.
To do to organize, show up, and win. And that is why I'm asking the people who have stood with me in this ride, because you know the work that I do to protect the vote.
Okay, so there's the lineup, but you guys know who won? A couple straight white males. If you can count David Hogg as straight, I don't know. He might be beta. He might be straight, but he's definitely a beta. He says he's straight, but
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
it's time to go hog wild at the Democratic National Committee. David Hogg, this is the anti-gun kid who was been propped up. He was at the Parkland shooting, and afterwards he became a political puppet for anti-gun legislation. Well, now he is one of the Democrat National Committee chairmen, along with Ken Martin and some other people. This is the new Democratic Party. We're taking the gloves off. Oh, no. Oh, no, they're taking the gloves off, guys. What are we going to do? Warned a new Democratic National Committee chairman, Ken Martin, this weekend, suggesting that the Democratic Party's deeply disappointing 2024 results were because the party simply hadn't opposed Donald Trump enough. They don't learn their lesson. They don't learn their lesson. A solid majority of the 448 members of the Democratic National Committee elected Martin, the former head of the Minnesota, Democratic Farmer Labor Party, commie.
No offense, but it sounds like some fucking commie gobbledygook.
They also elected the 24-year-old David Hogg, yes, that David Hogg, to be one of their 3 vice chairs. So you want to know who Ken Martin is? This is Ken Martin. Hold on, this is who Ken Martin is. This is Ken Martin on TikTok. Biden's American Rescue Plan. $1,400 checks. Minnesota DFL, Farmers Labor Party. $1,400 checks. Well, those never happened. We did get I got 2 $1,200s and a $600. $1,200 under Trump, then $600 and $1,200 under Biden. Never got a $1,400 check, though. Money for vaccines. Safe school reopening. Unemployment insurance boosts. Aid for local government. Mortgage and rental assistance. Thanks to Biden, help is here. So this is old. This is during COVID. When everybody was starting on TikTok. Everybody got a TikTok. Oh, we dancing now. You guys ever hear the song COVID Mansion from Hobson? Everybody got a TikTok. Oh, we dancing now. And I heard about 600 girls got an OnlyFans account. That was what happened during COVID. So that's Ken Martin. David Hogg. Let's find out who David Hogg is. Hold on.
Do you think
this is let's see what people on the street think about David Hogg.
Do you think that this guy is a Democrat or a Republican?
He looks like a faggot.
Why?
Just the way he is acting and like his mannerisms, the way he looks, like I can just tell he supports Biden.
That's who David Hogg is. David Hogg, the DNC vice chair previously called for ICE to be abolished. Hogg is a survivor of the Parkland, Florida school shooting. He's an anti-gun advocate. Democrats propped him up and made him a mouthpiece. His arms are about this thick. Defund the police. Abolish ICE. And he's a white male. Good job, Democrats. You're doing excellent this year. Last thing, there was some protesters there. It's been a long time since we've heard from the Sunrise Movement. But the Sunrise Movement was there. So the Sunrise Movement is one of these movements that goes into schools and they recruit young children to do protests, and they train kids in how to picket and how to protest and how to get arrested and how to set up bail funds beforehand. And then they'll have kids go in and get arrested at protests, children, to protest climate change, social injustice, things like this. Sunrise Movement is evil. And they were at the DNC last night. So let's see this.
All right, we're going to ask that question. We understand.
See, her shirt says Sunrise. So that girl's probably about 14 years old. Sunrise targets children. We did a whole thing about this like 2 years ago, and we've seen radio silence from Sunrise Movement and these other movements that target children and go into your public schools. Remember when they had the kids walking down the hallway with signs? They were training little kids, like first graders, like little kindergarten, first grade kids. They teach them how to make a protest sign. And of course, they're going to give them, what are we protesting? Well, we're protesting for equal rights for LGBT people. So make sure you draw a rainbow, and then make sure you say gay lives matter or black lives matter. They were doing it for Black Lives Matter, climate change, LGBT rights with very young children. And they would have the kids, they would come into the classroom, they'd show them, they'd make signs, glue a lot of them were eating the glue. Little Tommy, I was in the back eating the glue. I didn't want to make the sign. I was just eating the glue. And then you put the glue on the stick, put the stick on the board, hold it up, and then they would march up and down the hallways. This is what Sunrise Movement does. And a little 14-year-old girl was at the DNC. Now, it's probably a publicity stunt, her being there. They probably knew that was going to happen. That was probably set up. But they have been known to show up in mass with a bunch of kids at large protests because the kids won't go to jail. So they'll break things. They'll get into violence sometimes. And then when the cops come, there will be a few people who are selected, a few kids who are selected to get put into handcuffs, get the photo op, walk out in handcuffs for the photo op, take them down to the police station and release them to their parents. That's all that happens. And it's all organized beforehand. They know which ones the cops are going to take beforehand. The kids know, okay, I'm going to walk out in handcuffs and I'm going to look like I'm struggling with the cops and I'm going to have handcuffs on and I'm only 14 years old and I care about climate change and Black Lives Matter and LGBTQ rights. And they're going to take me down to the police station. I'm going to get picked up by mom, and we're going to go get ice cream. That's what these movements do. And it's evil. They're evil, evil, evil groups. If you don't know, look into it. I've covered it before. I'm pro-bullying. She better take care if I find out she's been creeping around my back stairs. If the rumors are... Did you hear you got more favorable schedules these days with... Did I hear you got a more favorable schedule these days with the employer? Yeah, you heard that in January when I started streaming on Friday and Saturday night. What are you talking about, dude? You've known that for 2 months. Duh. If the rumors are true, I'm very happy because I'm pro-bullying. What are you talking about? I don't know what y'all are talking about. Let me scroll up. She's spitting Wakanda spike bars. Just because it rhymes doesn't make it true. Strawberry field, everything real. Strawberry fields forever. She can't pronounce word. She got stuck on the word. Okay. All right. Do I have anything else? Ken Martin, David Hogg, Sunrise Movement, cringe at the DNC, covered all the drama. Yeah, I think we're done. Guys. I got to get to work. It's 9:30. I'm going to be a little bit late. Got to call an Uber. Got to walk the dog and call an Uber. Thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for the memberships. Till I get my money right. Thank you for the memberships. It's Monday night. We're kicking the week off right. If you hate Mondays, I can save you from that. There is a better way. You just watch my show before bed, and it'll erase the whole negativity of Mondays, get you ready for a great week. Kicking the week off right. Monday nights. The world's a crazy place. I just report on it. If you like it, tell a friend. If you hate it, tell everybody. But I got to get out of here. I got to go to work. Let me find somebody else who's streaming right now I can send you to quickly. Got to go quick, in a hurry. Where did, oh, there it is. Hold up. 1 second. Let's see if anybody's streaming. Crucible streaming. They got a bunch of viewers and stuff, though. Let's send you over to Grid 1. Send you over to... Oh, wait. Mosman's live right now. Mosman's live doing his Bible study. Is he still going? Let me check if he's still going. Because sometimes it tells me people are live and they're not actually live. Okay, yeah, he's still going. We'll send you over to Mosman. All right. So say what up to Mosman from me. God bless you guys. Have a great night. I got to get to work. Tomorrow morning, Bible study. We're going to wrap up Genesis. So Genesis is over tomorrow. And then we can move on to Exodus. I'm excited for Exodus. And that's the plan. So I'll see you in the morning. Later, everybody. Say what up to John in the raid. Peace out.